This is Boxing Tickets NI in association with SB Sports. We're delighted to join for the first time with you, Taylor. I guess when obviously previously you were boxing, I was just sort of doing media sort of work without doing interviews, but obviously it's out there a few weeks now. You're back, you're coming back in the action, and I guess it's a long time coming back. Your last fight in 2019, so
Yeah,
you probably like
it's been a long time coming now. Definitely, I'm excited to get back now. It's been I took my last loss very bad, and it took me a while getting over it. There was a lot of stuff going on in the background, which I don't really want to get into, but it was things that was stopping me from progressing, and I got a good bit of time out, and I'm ready to get back going now. So.
I was sort of putting a post up. I think was it yesterday. Obviously, it was 4 years. Obviously, the Conrad and obviously Keeler fight.
Yeah.
I think you'd a was it a first round stoppage I think that night.
Stoppage, yeah, against who was it?
Gerben Stebron or something.
Yeah,
His name was
from London. Yeah, and it was good. Good knockout. He went 4 rounds with Danny Dignam the fight before, so it was good. It was good stoppage from him. But obviously, then the next fight I had another fight lined up for the fella to fight Putty, and I was looking ahead instead of looking at an opponent which was in front of me, which I'd never do again, and got caught a freak shot, and it was a hard one. It was a hard one to take.
I guess obviously I can nearly sort of remember it sort of clear as day. It was sort of the feel was coming up. You and Potty were obviously going to fight for the Celtic belt, and I think you felt as if you'd sort of hurt the opponent and you were going in for the kill, and he just landed a sucker punch from somewhere, and that was it.
It was he just caught me. It was just a freak shot. I was loading up, just trying to get him away as soon as possible, and I was thinking about the next fight, and instead of focusing on the fight at hand, and it was hard. It was a hard one to take, but no, it was good to get back training now, and I'm looking forward to getting back in action.
As I say, your last fight obviously was in June of 2019. You're coming up now, nearly 4 years out of the ring.
Yeah.
I guess pandemic sort of played some parts in obviously the inactivity as well, but you've still been sort of training away. You're still going to be obviously here with Dan in obviously Anderson Boxing, and you signed up with obviously the fastest growing manager in Ireland, and Ian Gaughran. So obviously a wee bit of a change for you.
Yeah.
You've obviously James Freeman in the gym, and I think maybe another new pro coming through in Conor Kerr as well. So you're coming into new surroundings, but you're like an old dog, sort of. You can't teach an old dog new tricks sometimes, but you're coming in with people that's going to be starting off their pro career. So a good man sort of to sort of guide them through.
Well, I've been with Don from I was 23, and he's been always in my corner. Even when I stopped fighting, he was always there and behind the scenes. So he was always been a friend, not a friend, a coach as well. So he's been a big help, and even me coming back and all. I know I'm in good hands, and with James Freeman and all, and Conor Kerr and all, it'll be good. We work good together, and looking forward to be training with them.
It's always the crack in the gym's always the easy part. Well, it's not. I wouldn't say it's the easy part, but the crack in the gym sometimes makes camp a lot easier, doesn't it?
No, definitely. I love the crack in the gym now. Do you know what I mean? You need it. So it's a serious sport, and you need a bit of crack doing the thing. But no, I'm looking forward to get going. The last fight I was meant to fight was over with COVID. I was scheduled to fight behind closed doors with Cronin, and it didn't. Something that went. I think the show was cancelled or what the thing. But that was the last time I was scheduled to fight.
And obviously, I know you've had sort of run-ins online in the past. Obviously, everybody sort of liked the Taylor McGoldrick moment. So you sort of get you at the right time in the evening, and you just go off on one. You had a bit of back and forth with Potty. You had a bit of back and forth with Kevin Cronin. That's boxing sometimes, isn't it? And
me and Potty are mates, and we've always been mates. Even from Holy Trinity, I was just fight, do the thing, and that's just boxing. It was the thing. But me and Potty have always been the thing. But same as Gavin, I've nothing personal against Gavin, but obviously I get a few fights, and I'd fight him no problem.
I sort of wanted to bring that up because obviously, both of them transpired on you. You maybe sort of look maybe at Potty now, and you probably maybe think, what if for yourself? Obviously, he's landed the ABO belt.
It is in ways. It was a bitter pill to swallow for me, and I like what Potty's done. It is inspiring because he's done so well, and do you know what I mean? He's done very well for himself, and I'm happy he's done well, and it definitely is an inspiration for people that are 28, 29. Because I think when he turned pro,
29,
28.
29.
So look where he's at now. So I'm thinking to myself, look, I've had 4 fights and I'm coming back here, and do you know what I mean? I can get back on the domestic scene pretty quick.
Do you sort of look at it in, I guess in a positive sort of, and look at, you're a couple of years older now, obviously a wee bit wiser, that obviously the experience you've had previously in fighting will obviously land you in good stead when you get back into the ring?
No, definitely. I was obviously I've had a good amateur career in the thing, but I was raw professional. I was I was only new to the professional, and it's 2 different sports completely. And now I feel coming in that I have a bit of experience in the game. Do you know what I mean? So it's different this time around.
And I'm sure you've obviously been keeping an eye on boxing. Obviously, domestic scene here in Ireland, obviously over the last 18 months, has been incredible. The amount of domestic fights. I was sort of saying to someone last night, and I've said to obviously a few ones now, if there's not a domestic fight in a card, it's a letdown, because domestic fights are taking over. You had Owen O'Neill and Owen Duffy, you had obviously Graham McCormick and Fergus Quinn, you've had Kevin Cronin and Jamie Morrissey. It just seems to be that's where it is. Is that giving you the buzz to get back and knowing that domestic fights are easier to get made now?
No, definitely. I'm buzzing. Definitely. I feel like when I'm in condition, I'm better than all of them. And I'll be honest, that's what I'm saying. I've beaten of all of them when I'm in shape and things. So definitely, I have the buzz back. I didn't have the buzz there for a good while, and now the buzz is back.
And sort of what you're saying there about getting into shape, I know obviously previously it's been super middle around light heavyweight. What sort of campaign are you going to sort of stay around the same way? I guess you're a bit older, maybe harder sometimes to make some of the weights. What are you going to campaign at?
I always when I fought super middleweight, and then I was fighting light heavy, but I'll be fighting at light heavy because at the end of the day everyone comes in heavy anyway until you're actually fighting for a title. So I'll be campaigning still at light heavy. And
obviously when you look at it, let's say that grand scheme of things, let's say the Morrissey Cronin rematch in a couple of weeks' time in Galway, and it's for the Irish title. Like, I can't think when the last time an Irish title, other than Gary Cully and Joe Fitzpatrick in 2020, it seems to be nearly an unhidden gem sort of that gets there. But obviously, when are you looking at getting back in the action? I guess it's just putting the wheels in motion and making sure you're prepared before you get back in.
I'm just taking it day by day and getting myself back into shape, and hopefully I'll be out by the summer. That'll be getting out by the summer. That's the goal. Getting a 4-rounder, to getting back in action. So that's the goal, and then take it from there.
And obviously a busy period coming up as well. Obviously Katie Taylor and Chantel Cameron undisputed in Dublin. Mick Conlon obviously fighting for world title in Belfast. You couldn't pick a better time to come back with 5 shows in 8 weeks. Yeah. So you're coming back. COVID's long gone now. It's getting back and getting fights regularly. Is that just the aim for you? Obviously you're looking at the buzz for these shows to build off this to help you in your motivation and your build up to getting back in the ring.
No, definitely. The shows, there's the big shows coming up here now in Ireland, and I missed the buzz because I fought in big cards myself. I fought the Mick Conlon homecoming in my second fight, and I just looking forward to getting back in action and to getting back in the ring.
And obviously the sponsorships obviously playing a vital part as well. You obviously had sponsors previously. Are some of them now starting to get back involved and say, right, Taylor, we're involved, we're getting back on with you in sponsorship?
Yeah, definitely. I've a few sponsors there, but now gradually, probably once I get a fight date, I'll get probably more. But no, definitely they play a big part in to help me out with the training and stuff.
Well, listen, obviously thank you very much for your time. Obviously we'll look forward to obviously seeing you getting some fight news, getting you back in the ring and seeing what version 2.0 of Taylor McGoldrick's all about.
It'll be back, definitely. It'll be a big comeback.
Cheers, Taylor, thank you.